So in the past 1 week, Pakistan has continuously resorted to warmongering. Not just Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan, ministers, including their federal minister, Sheikh Rashid, they've issued brazen threats of war. Now, escalating this warmongering, Pakistan carried out a test launch of a surface-to-surface ballistic missile, Ghaznavi. The Pakistan Army put out an official tweet confirming the ballistic missile test and mentioned that the missile is capable of delivering multiple types of warheads up to 290 kilometers. Pakistan had closed its airspace in Karachi for this missile test, of course, as a confidence-building measure between India and Pakistan. Islamabad had informed New Delhi on the 26th of August about the missile test, and a NOTAM had been issued on the 28th saying that there could be activity between the 28th of August and the 31st of August. So this was a notice to all airmen and ships in the region. Pakistan carried out a late-night training launch of surface-to-surface short-range ballistic missile Ghaznavi. Pakistan Army spokesperson Major General Asif Ghafoor tweeted a 30-second long clip of the missile test, claiming it was successful. Pakistan Army claimed that the missile was capable of delivering multiple types of warheads up to a range of 290 kilometers. The Haf-3 missile was test launched post-midnight at the Sonmiani flight test range in Balochistan. The missile test is being seen as a desperate attempt by Pakistan to ratchet up the rhetoric on Kashmir and seek international attention.
पाकिस्तान की इस समय स्थिति असुरक्षा की है, बौखलाहट की है और पूरे विश्व में का ध्यान जो है वो इस तरह के कश्मीर का जो मुद्दा है उसकी तरफ डाइवर्ट करने के लिए, उसको लगाने के लिए इस तरह की वो मिसाइल टेस्ट कर रहा है ताकि दुनिया में एक तरह का चिंता का माहौल बने।
ऐसे वक्त आते हैं जब कोई सियासत।
Earlier, Pakistan's Motor Mouth Railways Minister Sheikh Rashid tried to spread panic by claiming Pakistan would go to war with India between October and December.
अक्टूबर के आखिर और नवंबर दिसंबर में पाकिस्तान हिंदुस्तान में जंग होती हुई देख रहा हूँ। इसके लिए कौम को तैयार करने निकला हूँ। ये जरूरी नहीं कि जंग हो, लेकिन जिस मोदी को समझने में बड़े सियासतदानों ने गलती की, मैंने कभी गलती नहीं की।
Before that, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan too issued a veiled threat of a nuclear conflict.
ये अगर मसला जंग की तरफ चला गया तो याद रखें कि न्यूक्लियर हथियार हैं दोनों मुल्कों के पास और जो न्यूक्लियर जंग है वो कोई भी नहीं जीतेगा।
Pakistan has been desperately trying to scale up tensions with India. There have been a series of infiltration attempts along the line of control. Early Thursday, 2 small fishing boats were found abandoned near what's known as the Harami Nala area along the Run of Kutch. Sparking of fears of an infiltration attempt in Gujarat.
It was only some kind of a drama, if I may use this word, to assure the Pakistani people that Pakistani government, after removal of Article 370, is active and it is trying to do something.
Both the Navy and the Coast Guard have stepped up vigil along the western seaboard. Earlier this week, Admiral Karambir Singh, Chief of the Naval Staff, had warned of a Jaish-e-Mohammed infiltration attempt using the sea route.
We are doing our best to make sure that there is no intrusion from the seas.
Having failed to evoke a positive response from the international community on Kashmir, Pakistan is desperately trying to raise the pitch, and agencies warn of a terror strike and escalation along the line of control. Hamza Amir in Islamabad and Gopi Manyar in Ahmedabad. Bureau Report, India Today. And the government has exposed Pakistan's fear-mongering. The government has very clearly said that Pakistan is resorting to fear-mongering and raising false rhetoric about the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Ravish Kumar, spokesperson for the government, and the Minister of External Affairs said that it's not just India, the world has seen through Pakistan's games. Let's listen in.
Yes, we were aware about the test. As per the established CBMs, we were informed about the test by Pakistan.
I want to bring in India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan for more on this. Geeta, India has also seen through Pakistan's game, but the question remains, has the world seen through Pakistan's game? This desperate raising of the pitch, the fear-mongering, the letters being written across the world, Imran Khan dialing world leaders, the testing of a nuclear-capable missile?
Well, there are two aspects to the entire story, Gaurav. One is the nuclear test. Every sovereign nation has a right to increase capability. So does Pakistan. But when it comes to comparison with India, there is no comparison. India's capabilities are way higher, much, much higher than Pakistan. But on the other aspect of raising the pitch and creating an alarmist situation, to which the Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Ravish Kumar very clearly said that it's not just India. The world has seen through Pakistan's lies, Pakistan's ploys, and the unsubstantiated statements that have been made by the leadership in Pakistan. All that has been laid bare by not just the Indians now, but now the international community is also very aware of what Pakistan has been doing. And this alarmist situation, sending letters, shooting letters off, or making such statements, war-mongering, fear-mongering, is not going to benefit Pakistan in any way. And that really shows in the manner in which the international community has come out and stood by India, Gaurav.
Oh, absolutely. Stay with me, Geeta. Pakistan's desperate war-mongering. What's the bigger game plan? Let's try and make sense of this. Joining me now on the broadcast is Brigadier Anil Harnal. He's a very well-known defense and strategic affairs analyst. Kamar Chima joins us from Pakistan, understands the mindset of the Pakistani leadership. Sushant Sareen, senior fellow of the Observer Research Foundation, strategic affairs expert, with me on the broadcast. But Kamar Chima, I want to start with you, sir. What was the purpose of this missile test? It's a 290-kilometer long nuclear and conventional warhead carrying missile. What was the point of the test at this point of time?
I think if you know that Pakistan's entire missile capability and the nuclear weapon program is anti-India, and that is declared, and everybody knows this. So I think that was a normal, regular test, which the we have here the command and control structure, which the National Command Authority and the SPD, Strategic Plans Division, whenever they believe that we have to do a test, and the scientists ask the scientists give the proper research for this, and the political and the military leadership gives the signals for this. So this normal procedure has been conducted, and India has tested many missiles in 2019 and 18, 17. So I think, and above all, as you have seen, that we have CBMs, confidence building measures, and India was told before the testing of this missile, and India does the same when India.
No, but was this for a domestic audience? नहीं सर, हम समझना ये चाहते हैं कि आपके देश में बिजली का बिल देने के तो पैसे नहीं है इमरान खान के पास. आप ही के अखबारों में खबर छपी थी that a notice has been sent to the Prime Minister's Secretariat for non-payment of bills. So you are unable to pay electricity bills at the Prime Minister's office, and you are testing nuclear-capable missiles. वो तालमेल बैठ नहीं रहा है. There seems to be a big disconnect. कमर चीमा साहब,
देखिए वो कहते हैं ना कि कहा जाता है कि at times you fight for your honor. So we cannot afford to build this military, and we cannot afford to have this missile programs. But for our defense, we have to do this because we have a belligerent power like India, who is an aggressor, and they're spending billions of dollars annually in the arms buildup.
Our Prime Ministers talk about fit India.
$44 billion.
Let me just take this to Sushant Sareen and Brigadier Harnal. Sushant Sareen, to you first. Our Prime Minister is talking about a fit India. He wants war against fat. He wants war against unhealthy lifestyle. Your Prime Minister wants war against India, and he's threatening us with a nuclear war, Kamar Chima. But Sushant Sareen, how do you see this?
No, I think it's very clear, Gaurav. I don't think there's any mistaking it. Look, the Pakistanis since August 5 have been, number one, caught napping. they've been shell-shocked by the decision which India has taken. They really don't know how to react. They did a lot of chest beating and breast beating all over the world. They didn't get any traction from anywhere in the world. So essentially they're left with two things. One, a New York Times editorial or a Guardian or one of those newspapers which is writing stuff, but that's a news cycle and that will move on. The second issue on which they are banking upon is that if they do some saber rattling at this point in time, they try and indulge in the kind of blackmail they've always indulged in. They try and project what is happening in Kashmir or what is not happening in Kashmir, because there's a lot of fake news which the Pakistanis are peddling. They're trying to project that as a potential flashpoint, nuclear flashpoint. Now, this is the rhetoric which they used even way back in the 90s.
Okay.
So there is nothing new in this rhetoric. And
so it's a 1990s rhetoric. You're saying this is saber rattling. Brigadier Harnal, do you see this as saber rattling by Pakistan?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Pakistan is a state which is in an utter state of frustration after the Article 370 was revoked and Jammu and Kashmir, the erstwhile J&K, was divided. They actually don't know what to do. So they are just saber rattling. By testing a missile, it does not mean that tomorrow it will be introduced into service. A test means it's going to take 6 to 8 months before it is weaponized, before it is produced and before it is given into service. So why the saber rattling?
This is a missile which has been there in their system for some
absolutely.
time. So
what is the test for?
Okay, Sushant Sareen wants to come in. Sushant Sareen and then Kamar Chima, because Kamar Chima, your government is quite a weak wicket here. But Sushant, you wanted to come in.
Yeah, no, just to add to what the Brigadier is saying, it's actually, they don't really need to test these missiles because these are tried and tested Chinese missiles, which the Pakistanis, paint green and make, put their own logos on it. So this is number one, this is about that. Number two, look, a lot of Pakistani strategists have been saying that the only way you can get the world attention onto what is happening in Kashmir is by trying to at least manufacture a crisis. Now, two things. One, you do this kind of saber rattling which they are doing currently. Secondly, and they are preparing the ground for it, that you carry out a terror attack, but you prepare the ground for it beforehand of plausible deniability by alleging before the attack takes place that any attack which takes place will be a false flag attack.
Yes.
Now, this is a new phrase which has entered the Pakistani lexicon, but clearly the Pakistanis are also going to try and launch some kind of a terror attack. And if India retaliates, as is likely, then, the Pakistanis can use it to ratchet up tensions and to tell the world that, look, here are these two countries, because every time they keep talking about two nuclear powers,
yes.
It is essentially a signal to the rest of the world that, look, this is a potential nuclear flashpoint. And then
so that's, Kamar Chima, that's the story that Pakistan is desperately trying to market. And that's what your Prime Minister said the other day. Ki this is two nuclear neighbors and they are virtually at war with each other, but we are not. We are not at war with Pakistan. We are doing what we are busy in. Why are you people so desperate, sir?
Well, I think, Pakistan has launched a diplomatic offensive against India. And from America to France, India is giving clarifications for saying that we are not involved in human rights violations.
But that's true. We had that conversation day before yesterday. So let's move beyond that conversation.
Sir, let me tell you. And still India is saying, oh, Pakistan does not do what to do. We have done what we have done, and we are doing very swiftly how we have to move things. And you will see, and the turn is ours. Now, if you have violated the laws, now we won't let you do that.
So you will do one more missile test? What will it be next time? You will test a Shaheen next time?
Sir, let me tell you. These are normal, tests which are done, and they're periodic. And whenever, as I've told you, the nuclear bureaucracy and the political leadership understands they do it. So there's nothing to worry, because Pakistan only believes look at things diplomatically and legally, and that has been the stance of the Pakistani government so far, and we believe India will involve in any kind of a false flag.
No, you should listen to what, when you talk about the diplomatic offensive, Brigadier Harnal, maybe Kamar Chima did not hear Ravish Kumar, the spokesperson for the External Affairs Ministry.
Not what the paper is written on.
That's exactly what he said. Can you imagine? Shireen Mazari shoots off a letter to the United Nations, 8 pages, and India says it's not worth the paper it's written on. I mean, what do you make of it, Brigadier Harnal? What can be more humiliating for Pakistan? India doesn't care about these letters, sir.
Yeah, absolutely, because they are worthless letters. They have no meaning. It is just again that frustration coming out. Don't know what to do. Shoot off letters to UN, this, that. Quote Rahul Gandhi, quote the Haryana Chief Minister. I mean, it's not going to help you. And second, as you say, Kamar, if it was a regular test which is carried out from time to time, why the advertisement then for this one?
No,
specifically.
and I want to now look in the future, and Sushant Sareen, that is where the threat is. Pakistan is hyping itself up. We see this rhetoric that comes from, Sheikh Rashid, their federal minister, October se December ke beech mein jang ho jayegi. Then you have that prime minister who says ki nuclear jang ho jayegi, so there are no winners. When they've raised the pitch so much and then there is nothing, they'll look like fools in their own country, and that is why they'll have to do something, sir. Sushant Sareen.
So yes, so this is exactly, see, number one, Sheikh Rashid is a loudmouth. He's a rabble rouser, and he keeps making these kind of stupid predictions all the time. Of course, the Pakistanis are a stupid people, so he is the icon of Pakistani television because he gets eyeballs. It just shows you what the Pakistani public opinion is all about. But the point is that once you raise the temperature, you enter into what can be called a commitment trap. That if you're not going to be seen to be doing something which the public is either led up the garden path to expect, or the public has been brainwashed to expect, then how do you climb down from the high horse which you're climbing up on?
Yes.
And that is going to be a problem for the Pakistanis. So, but that is something that the Pakistanis will have to figure out, unless of course they're planning to commit suicide. But generally, countries do not try and enter into or do adventurism when they are broke, because any kind of adventurism, any kind of limited war is a horrendously expensive proposition. And with somebody like Mr. Modi in power out here, the Pakistanis cannot rest easy because they don't know how the government in India is going to react. This is not the government of the past couple of decades which would turn the other cheek every time the Pakistanis would indulge in some adventurism. This is a government
Let's also listen in to Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. Rajnath Singh is in Ladakh. He's in Leh. He's reviewing the situation in Leh. This is his first visit to Leh as Defence Minister after abrogation of sections of Article 370. Now, Ladakh is now a union territory. Rajnath Singh hit out at Pakistan over Kashmir, claiming that Pakistan has absolutely no locus standi there. Remember, he's not the only one to say so. You've had Venkaiah Naidu who said this, Vice President of India, and you've also had the Union Home Minister Amit Shah making it very clear that for India, Pakistan occupied Kashmir is ours, and that's our next target.
आप पाकिस्तान बन गया तो हम आपके वजूद का सम्मान करते हैं। इसका मतलब यह नहीं है कि जो मन में आए वो आप बोलते रहें, और पाकिस्तान का कश्मीर में कोई लोकल स्टैंडाई नहीं है, कोई लोकल स्टैंडाई नहीं है।
So Pakistan has no locus standi on Kashmir. This is not the first time Rajnath Singh has said this, but this is a very conscious effort to change the narrative. Pakistan occupied Kashmir belongs to India. Rajnath Singh has said that. Venkaiah Naidu has said that. You must also hear what Amit Shah had to say on the floor of the House about Pakistan occupied Kashmir.
मतलब ये नहीं है कि आतंकवाद को संरक्षण देने का काम, पैदा करने का काम पाकिस्तान अपनी धरती पर कर रहा है। जब तक उस आतंकवाद को समाप्त नहीं करता है तो पाकिस्तान से बातचीत करने का कोई कारण नहीं है मेरे बहनों भाई। और आगे भी जो बातचीत होगी, किस मुद्दे पर बातचीत होगी? अरे बात होगी अब तो पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर पर बात होगी बहनों भाई, और किसी मुद्दे पर बात नहीं होगी।
They were talking about Kashmir, this you discussed, what is there to discuss in Kashmir? Kashmir is an integral part of India. From 1952 onwards, 54 onwards, elections are held. Chief ministers are elected. There is an elected government at the state. Members of parliament are being elected. And what is there not to discuss? Yes, there is something remains to be discussed. I do agree. The remaining thing to discuss is about with our neighbor is hand over the remaining part of Kashmir to us. That is POK.
मैं जब जम्मू एंड कश्मीर बोलता हूं,
माननीय सदस्य,
इसलिए एग्रेसिव हूं कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के पीएको को आप भारत का हिस्सा नहीं मानते हो क्या? एग्रेसिव ना हो, जान दे देंगे इसके लिए। क्या बात कर रहे हो आप? एग्रेसिव होने की क्या बात कर रहे हो? जान दे देंगे इसके लिए।
Sushant Sareen, is this a very conscious effort after 7 decades, a very, very conscious effort by the Narendra Modi government? Any conversation with Pakistan will only be on Pakistan-occupied Kashmir because that's ours in their illegal possession.
Gaurav, I think what the defense minister said today is very significant, because there were two parts to what he said. I think the first part is just as significant. The Pakistani propaganda has been that the government in India, at least the BJP government in India, believes in that old hoary myth of Akhand Bharat, and he has debunked that when he said that we accept the existence of Pakistan and we concede the existence of Pakistan, we do not question it. Okay, so this thing that India has not accepted Pakistan, he has debunked that. I think that is very significant coming from somebody from the BJP. Something which Mr. Vajpayee had done when he had gone to Lahore way back in 1999. Secondly, I think the other position which they are talking about of only talking about POK, this has actually been, this is nothing new. This has been traditionally the Indian position. And every time there were talks, even at the foreign secretary level, on the issue of Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian brief was only that we are going to talk about how Pakistan proposes to end the illegal occupation of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which is not only the Mirpur Muzaffarabad belt, but also Gilgit-Baltistan. So that entire region, how Pakistan is going to end its illegal occupation. So there is no real change in that particular position. It's only being reiterated once again. So I think both things need to be kept together. We concede the wajood of Pakistan, or the existence of Pakistan, number one. We do not question it, but we do not concede anything else on Jammu and Kashmir.
Very interesting, very interesting. Qamar Cheema Sahab, ab ye change ho rahi hai situation. India's conversation with Pakistan will only be on when Pakistan will vacate Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, including Gilgit and Baltistan, sir. Because legally, you know it, Pakistan is on a very weak footing.
Well, I think if it is on a weak footing, then I think the international bodies, the United Nations and the UNSC, they should decide it, not India itself. Yes. Other than that, you know, look at just the dichotomy. When the Indian leadership talks at home, they talks that, oh, we will talk about the Pakistan administrative Kashmir. But when the Prime Minister Modi speaks in front of President Trump, he says, oh, look, we have good ties with Pakistan before 47, right? No, we will talk ourselves and we will do it.
But
so you are giving two different images of your leadership is
I'm sorry, where is the disconnect in this? We'll talk to Pakistan about Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Brigadier Harnal, we'll talk to Pakistan about Pakistan returning Pakistan-occupied Kashmir.
Bilaterally.
Yes. Only you fear, at home you roar.
No.
At home you roar to become hawk.
And if not, we will take it back.
Look, they are very civilized people.
Sir, we are civilized people, sir. हम लोग थोड़ी न्यूक्लियर वॉर मॉन्गरिंग कर रहे हैं. हम थोड़ी शेख रशीद की तरह बोल रहे हैं कि अक्टूबर से दिसंबर में वॉर होगी. You tell me. आपका रेलवे मिनिस्टर सिविलाइज्ड है? आपका रेलवे मिनिस्टर सिविलाइज्ड है जो वॉर की धमकी दे रहा है? Tell me. Keep your hand on your heart and tell me. Qamar Cheema साहब, नहीं Qamar Cheema साहब, every time you get excited आपका ऑडियो ब्रेक कर जाता है. सर एक्साइट मत हो. Every time you get excited, sir, then you start moving और फिर आपका ऑडियो ब्रेक होता है. सर स्थिर होकर बैठिए. ये बताइए, put your hand on your heart and tell me, sir. आपका रेलवे मिनिस्टर जो अक्टूबर और दिसंबर के बीच वॉर की धमकी दे रहा है, is he civilized?
Sir, the entire RSS, which is basically
sir, forget about RSS ना सर. सर वो RSS के बारे में मैं अपने गेस्ट से पूछ लूंगा ना. आप मुझे अपने रेलवे मिनिस्टर के बारे में बताओ. सर इंडिया में क्या हो रहा है तो हमको मालूम है. Tell me about your railways minister, sir. He is threatening us with a war between October and December.
We are reacting because what you are doing in Kashmir. We are not.
But what is your locus standi in Kashmir? You have no locus standi in Kashmir.
So if we don't
what is your locus? The question that India's defense minister asked. What is Pakistan's locus standi on Kashmir?
Sir, let the people of Kashmir decide this. You and me.
For that, you need to vacate Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Brigadier Harnal.
Absolutely. And it is sequential. You first vacate Pakistan-occupied Kashmir,
including
Gilgit and Baltistan, and then we'll take it from there.
सर ये प्लेबिसाइड जो होना है सिर्फ हमारे कश्मीर में तो होना नहीं है,
थर्ड स्टेज में होना है
प्लेबिसाइड. आई एम श्योर बिकॉज यू नो कमर चीमा व्हाई वी इनवाइट यू फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान इज बिकॉज यू आर अमंग्स्ट द फ्यू एजुकेटेड वेल रेड पाकिस्तानीज. You know, you've read the UN document. बाकी आप किसी मदरसे में जाकर हाफिज सईद से शिक्षा लेकर तो नहीं आते टीवी चैनल पर. At least that is what we are hoping. All we want to, if you've read that UN resolution says Pakistan vacates Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Absolutely. Are you aware of that? You are also aware that Indian army then goes to Pakistan occupied Kashmir, including Gilgit and Baltistan.
Yes.
Will that happen?
I think that will be the best scenario, that if India and Pakistan makes it as per the UN resolutions.
तो पाकिस्तान occupied Kashmir खाली करोगे? पाकिस्तान occupied Kashmir खाली करोगे sir?
Okay, if let's go to the UNSC
no,
and UN.
It's already there in the UN. It's a sequential three-stage process.
Why you fear, sir, from UN? If Pakistan is to vacate Kashmir, then go to the UN. Why don't
why
you
should
go
we
there?
go, sir? Sushant Sareen, this is where Pakistan is caught in today's day and age. In the past, Pakistan would say plebiscite कराओ, plebiscite कराओ, plebiscite कराओ. Plebiscite सिर्फ हमारे कश्मीर में तो होना नहीं है, वो तो POK इंक्लूडिंग गिलगिट बाल्टिस्तान में होना है. जो जितने आपने पाकिस्तानी पंजाबी वहां पर बिठा रखे हैं, या फिर गिलगिट और बाल्टिस्तान में जो आपने पश्तून बिठा रखे हैं खैबर पख्तूनख्वा के, उनको निकालो वहां से. 48 वाली स्थिति पैदा करो, फिर प्लेबिसाइट होगी. सुशांत सरीन, am I right on facts, sir?
You are very right on facts, but this is precisely the reason why a lot of water has flown under the bridges and the UN resolutions are redundant. See, number one, they were recommendatory. They were never mandatory. Okay, so they were in the form of suggestions. Now, Pakistan never fulfilled its side of the bargain. Not only did it not fulfill its side of the bargain, but it actually violated the UN resolutions by settling people, especially in the Gilgit-Baltistan region, non-state subjects. It removed the state subject rules in the Gilgit-Baltistan region. Even worse, in 1965, when they initiated hostilities against India, they fought a war. You can't take unilateral action and then once you have a disastrous outcome of a war, then say, I'm going to go back to UN resolutions. It doesn't work. So the UN resolutions have since been overtaken by bilateral agreements, and India has never said that we are not ready to talk to Pakistan. But on two issues, we have put our foot down. Number one, the talks with Pakistan will not be on an agenda which Pakistan determines. We will go with our own agenda, which is that we want the vacation of POK. And secondly, that talks can only happen if the Pakistanis do not put a gun to our head, which means that the Pakistanis have to stop terrorism before we can indulge in any kind of bilateral dialogue with them. And those are the two things. If the Pakistanis agree to it, talks can begin tomorrow.
Exactly. Kamar Chima, I have to close the bulletin, but let me give you perhaps the final word on the broadcast. ये जो missile tested, today you tested Ghaznavi. Was this more for domestic consumption? कि your people are now asking your army कि भैया 70 साल से तुमको पाल पोस के रखा, you took the lion's share of Pakistan's budget, और आपने किया क्या? When India did what India did, Pakistan army can do nothing. Imran Khan can do nothing except probably now you're testing Ghaznavi missile in Balochistan. Tomorrow you'll test Shaheen in Balochistan. Or Shireen Mazari will write a couple of letters. What after this, sir? You will send in terrorists?
Well, I think from this conversation, I find that India and Indians are confused that if we will go to the UN, then definitely the situation will not be in our favor. And if it is going to be the bilateral talk, then the talks will be of the way we want. So I think the world does not run as per your ambitions.
It does, sir. You will watch it, sir, in the times to come, sir. अभी एक महीना होने को आया, सर. It is going to be 1 month. एक महीना होने को आया, एक महीने में तो आप कुछ नहीं उखाड़ पाए.
Sir, international law is there to make us civilized. So we assist you and we can ask you.
But sir, civilized और terror दोनों साथ नहीं हो सकता ना. That is where you are caught. You either behave in a civilized manner, or you test nuclear capable missiles, or you send terrorists. आप तीनों नहीं कर सकते. And this India will catch you on everything that you do wrong. We are not confused, sir. We are just supremely confident. We are supremely confident of what is happening, sir.
Talk to your Foreign Office. We have CBMs for this. And as for the confidence building measures, and we have the hotlines and our Foreign Office and our DGMOs, they are continuously in touch when there is a need. So there is nothing to fear, and your administration knew that we are testing this.
Of course. Of course. But it's so heartening to hear Pakistan talk about confidence building measures. Sushant Sareen, on a lighter note, in the good old days, we would be talking about the hotlines and the DGMO talks and what Pakistan is talking about, systems in place and so on. That's very heartening. Don't you think so, Sushant Sareen? Last word to you, sir.
No, it's nice to see them also, smell the coffee and get real. But I think, look, the Pakistanis really need to start waking up to the new realities. And if they really want some kind of an improvement in their own country, see, our conflict with Pakistan does not affect us either diplomatically or economically. Our economy can boom provided we take the right decisions. Pakistan, on the other hand, cannot. So I think Pakistan needs peace much more than we need peace. Peace is good for both countries. But peace cannot come if the Pakistanis continue to indulge in saber-rattling, nuclear blackmail and terrorism. They end all of that, and yes, I think both countries can move forward.
I'll let that be the last word on the broadcast. Brigadier Harnal, many thanks for joining me. Kamar Chima, I'm so glad you're interested in internal politics in India. कई बार तो the way your politicians talk, हमें लगता है आप हमारे देश के नेता बोल रहे हैं वहाँ पर सरहद के उस पार से भी. 1947 से पहले यही स्थिति थी. God forbid it should not happen again. But anyway, Mr. Chima, many thanks for joining me. Sushant Sareen, many thanks for joining me. A quick break.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.